Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Raiders going up against the Titans.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the Tennessee Titans. Losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, last week he found his way in the backfield from that linebacker position for 4 tackles for a loss. Another one there first quarter.
Yeah, help me out because we watched tape together before this game. We were watching what he did last week. Did that field tilt in his favor where he was just running downhill? It certainly felt like it, didn't it? It felt like it on that play as well.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Look at the dance and the juke. Oh, he sheds himself free. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. No. Watch him now, Barney.
Now Gray. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the Raiders have got him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Set. Blue landed. Detroit. Watch it now. Here we go now. Blue landed. Go. No. Check. Patriot.
Time running out here on the play clock. On third down. It's Gray. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd down following the run.
Set! B-19! No. Check! Patriot! Back 99 Philly! Here we go! Hey, check 24!
They'll set up a throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 18. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter.
Let's go. Go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw left side, caught by Butler. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 24-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On the ground, it's Gray. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Hurry up, here we go. No, check, Patriot. Detroit.
They run again here with Gray. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's go. Green, 39. Gone.
They'll run it now with Gray. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Here we go now. Blue, landing. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
third down. It's Gray. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Looking to throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now a handoff looking right. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now they try the right side here. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. On the run, this is Gray. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Here we go. That's in there, Marty.
Now back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ten yards still left on 2nd down.
One set. Eyes up. One set. Hurry up. Here we go. Go. 116. Detroit. All right, now. Watch it now, Marty.
They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Titans. 59 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 17-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. And his kick here is good. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this 3rd quarter. So it's his 3rd field goal now of the ball game, and they have needed his leg because this last one gives them the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, Brandon, but now you've got to tell your defense, hey, we need to stop here so we can let this momentum carry us through to the next drive.
Now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. Back now in Nashville. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. That 2nd down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing 4th quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Check. Watch him now, Barney.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's brought down. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Here we go now. All right, now, look at 56. Back there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Able to get there and pick it. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Looks like he'll throw here. Going up top. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
They'll set up a throw. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Back to the Philly. Here we go. Check. Over.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Tennessee, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.